Devastatingly, Digimon Con did not have the release date for Digimon Alysion. Instead, they gave us an update on how the game looks and said, more soon. And now, with a new Digimon mobile game, Digimon Up, coming definitely this year, they say, things are looking a little bleak for Digimon Alysion. Or are they? What is up, digital companions? My name is Karn EX and welcome back to the Digimon Alysion Cope Train. So yes, sadly the update from Digimon Con, as I talked about on my post Digimon Con video, is that they have improved the battle screen, digivolving animations during battle, card designs for special rarities, and illustrations for new cards. Saying that they received a great deal of feedback from those who actually tried the app, and as a result we are very sorry to have to keep everyone who was looking forward to it waiting for so long. Then that the entire development team is working hard on development and revision so that you can play the Digimon card game online more comfortably and enjoyably. So we'd appreciate it if you could wait a little longer. And this is where my first bit of cope comes in. A little longer. It reminds me very heavily of during Digimon Survive's release time when we had those big delays, and then we had that famous Digimon Con where we got some information on the game, some new visuals, and then they said please keep waiting for the release date, only for them to announce the release date a couple of months later. I've seen a lot of people being like, this means Digimon Alysion's 2027 for sure, but the year is still young. We've only just got into April. That's still 8 more months of the year, and yes, I know it's been a long time. August was the closed beta. Digimon Alysion was announced around the last Digimon Con. This definitely went through an extended dev time, but we have to remember that A, game dev just takes longer now, and B, they did directly listen to that feedback from the closed beta. As much as a delay isn't great, I 100% think it's better for them to take on board things that we criticized and brought up during the closed beta and work on it. If there was a lot more to work on than they expected, sure, that's mismanagement or poor planning, but at least they're addressing it now, and I still don't think we're going to be looking at 2027 all being well. In fact, and I have to dance around this a little bit, my apologies, I believe even they didn't anticipate it taking this long. One of the main reasons you can say this for a certainty is that Digimon Liberator wrapped up pretty sharpish. The comic side of Digimon Liberator used to release every 2 weeks, bar some gaps, with things like the novel and columns, etc. filling in the gaps. But then suddenly, around Digimon Con or the month preceding it, the novel side ended and then the comic side rapidly wrapped up, releasing once a week for some reason. I don't know why they do this if they weren't leading into the next project to promote the Digimon card game, Digimon Alysion. But hey, if you are starving for the Digimon TCG and really want to get into it, at least physically, while we wait for Digimon Alysion, I've got some great news that long-time channel sponsor Zenin TCG is now selling English Digimon card game booster boxes. Zenin TCG is your one-stop shop for Digimon and anime goods. Of course, they still have pre-orders open for the D-Arc 25th Color Evolution and the Digimon Pendulum Color Godzilla editions, but now Zenin TCG is going to be stocking the English Digimon card game. They already have a big selection of Japanese Digimon TCG products, including the Digimon D storage from Digimon Liberator, but they've provided me with a box of EX11 Dawn of Liberator in English and BT24 Time Stranger in English. Plus, they're also going to be stocking Digimon Generation AD01 and hopefully future sets of the TCG. This is all because, of course, the Digimon card game is now playable in English in Southeast Asia, which is really cool, but that means that there's more English product for all of us. If you do want to pick up some booster boxes, maybe alongside the D-Arc Color Evolution pre-order or something like that, when you buy one English Digimon card game booster box, if you get your next one, it will be 10% off, meaning you can really stack some savings on Digimon TCG. Can't wait to, through this partnership with Zenin, open more Digimon card game booster boxes live on stream with you guys, so thank you so much to Zenin TCG for sponsoring this video. Interestingly, the novel side kind of came back for something called a Debug EX. Guys, naming a debug chapter after me, you didn't have to. Someone's gonna take that seriously. And during this Debug EX chapter, we seem to get something that kind of hints towards the future of Liberator and Alysion. Shoto, Zenith, and a new character, Sana S. Santos, is introduced. During this kind of extra chapter, this epilogue, Sana tells Zenith and Shoto about these shadows that are appearing throughout Lacuna. Mostly human-sized, 150 to 200 centimeters in length, and when players approach them, they've been observed to pass through the body of the approaching person and dissipate. Well, if we go back to the Digimon Alysion closed beta, we did of course see the dark versions of Shoto and Terramon and its evolutions. Kind of a little bit shadowy. wouldn't you say? Kind of human-sized. My suspicion is that when shadows pass through human avatars, they are actually gaining the data of that avatar. So if a shadow passes through Shoto, suddenly we get Dark Shoto. I believe just cloning the data. But also tied to the shadows is a Digimon that Shoto has to go find, and wouldn't you know it, that Digimon is Gemmon. When they see Gemmon, Gemmon has 4 objects standing around the Digimon as their target, the shadows. So Gemmon is tied to these shadows, which we don't really see in Alysion during the closed beta, but it does seem they are going to protect Gemmon, not attack Gemmon. This, I believe, is where the shadows somehow get Shoto's data. Either they possess Shoto and it's actually him, or it is a shadow copy, shadow clone jutsu. But this is a direct confirmation, if we didn't already have a ton of confirmation, obviously because Alysion is set in the same world as Liberator, that the 2 projects are leading into each other. Liberator is ending to lead into Alysion. My opinion is that this chapter was absolutely supposed to come out the same week or the same month that Alysion released, and that just couldn't quite happen due to some last minute issues in development. But this is also why I'm very confident Alysion isn't like a year to 18 months away and more like a month to 6 months away. But Alysion wasn't done there, because again, hinting at the idea that they're kind of moving towards maybe a release date or at least an open beta, the website for Digimon Alysion updated. Here's what the website used to look like. It was a very nice website, I liked it, but they've updated it to be a little bit more flashy, I think, a little bit nicer of a UI. The main page, of course, is the news page, showing the results of the Digimon Alysion closed beta, and of course this little Gemmon sprite at the bottom, which used to be interactable, but now isn't, which is a shame. And of course it's Digimon Alysion, an online card game, free to play with in-app purchases on mobile. Still no Steam release, though of course you can just use BlueStacks. And the website links still to Digimon Card Game and Digimon Liberator. Now though, we have these sections at the top rather than one scrolling website. The world section remains basically the same. Embark on thrilling adventures in Lacuna. Veteran gamer Kanata was invited by her online friend Future to try out a new release. Welcome to Digimon Liberator. Digimon Liberator, it's right there. An extremely popular online card game where players face off using a deck case-shaped gadget known as a D-Storage. This game is accessible via a household full-dive VR headset known as a Tail. Although Kanata had always loved Digimon, she never had many chances to play with Digimon cards. After learning about the game from an introductory pamphlet and conversations with Future, she finally decided to dive into the world of Liberator. In the metaverse space Lacuna, Kanata's love for Digimon will grow while encountering new friends and rivals and making irreplaceable memories. Now's the time, let's jump into this world. This story will guide both Digimon and the world. So yeah, this is 100% our Digimon Adventure 02 equivalent for Liberator. If Liberator is Digimon Adventure, Alysion is 02. They say check out more of the world of Digimon Liberator in Digimon Liberator, which of course you can click through and go and read. Then we got the character section, where we have profiles for Kanata, Future, Valna, and Gemmon. Kanata Hondo, an energetic and casual gamer, has dabbled in plenty of genres, but she's a beginner when it comes to card games. Future, a girl who's an online friend of our protagonist. She's close to the main character, but seems to be hiding some kind of secret. Well, we already know what that secret is from the closed beta, don't we? Valna Dragnov, master of the D-Wo guild that advocates for Digimon freedom, is trying to get former member Future to rejoin the guild. And then we've got Gemmon, a mysterious snow-white Digimon whose forehead bears a unique gem. Of course, we've seen a lot more from Gemmon than just this. Check out my previous Digimon Alysion coverage. But then interestingly, the website has a grayed out system and videos part which we cannot click right now. Almost like they're preparing the website for these sections to appear. Now videos is probably going to have things like the initial reveal trailer, the Firebird Girls PV, and system is obviously going to show off the actual game itself. But I feel like these two are grayed off because we're going to get a new video and a new system show off closer to the announcement of that release. Also to bear in mind is that yeah, there is another Digimon mobile game coming out right now called Digimon Up, and that feels like it's coming out fairly soon. Could be as early as next month or it could be later in the year, but they've already started a Digimon Up release date celebration campaign. The more followers they get, the more in-game summon tickets people will be given. So obviously there will be a gacha in this game because it's a mobile game. And it was very successful. They managed to clear all their goals for new followers within a matter of days, and now the Digimon Up Twitter account is sitting at about 2,000 more followers than the Digimon Alysion English account. I do want to make it very clear that this is not them double dipping on mobile games or anything. Bandai Namco, as I've discussed before, is like a hydra of a company, and while they all are under one umbrella of Bandai Namco, there are a lot of different departments acting very independently. So Digimon Alysion is not being developed by basically any of the same people that are developing any other part of Digimon. No one from Time Stranger is working on Alysion. No one from Digimon Up is working on Alysion. Digimon Up is a mobile game from the games department, whereas Digimon Alysion is a TCG client with a game by the amusement side, the TCG side, and they have very little conversation or communication. There will be someone at the top that approves both projects, and there may be some collaboration in designs, Digimon, etc., but they are not by the same people. This is more Digimon, not them kind of like diversifying their portfolio. I've also seen a lot of people asking why Digimon New Century in China has not left China. It's possible still that it might one day, but given that we're going to have Alysion and Up, that's already kind of splitting their pot of Digimon fans. The reason, unfortunately, the games like Digimon Lynx and Digimon Eirias shut down was just because they weren't generating enough money via the gacha. It's a big risk to put the servers up for Digimon New Century, translate the game in Japanese, English, Spanish, etc., and then it pull out. I think it's honestly better for them not to release New Century outside of China if they're just going to pull the plug on it within 2 years anyway, like they have previous titles. But hopefully Alysion being so focused on the card game and Up being a much smaller project, all sprites and 2D assets, will mean that both of these can flourish without needing to make as much money as a game like New Century needs to make, which it does make in China because Digimon is huge in China. China is one of their biggest markets, but it wouldn't necessarily guarantee to make outside of China. All this to say, I'm fairly confident Digimon Alysion is still this year. I was really hoping it would be end of last year, and I heard some things that would indicate maybe it would be start of this year, but I definitely think that was a plan at one point that then shifted. Will Digimon Up release before Digimon Alysion? It's looking more possible, honestly, but again, this is not one department coordinating these releases, it's two different departments, so Alysion could come before Up or after. Really no insight on this right now, but you know, either way, it's two cakes, right? We got Digimon Up and Digimon Alysion plus that Time Stranger DLC next year. It's a good time to like Digimon games, just maybe don't get too invested in case they pull the plug on these again. Alright, that's it for now, my little update on Digimon Alysion. I was planning to do a video on Time Stranger this week, but obviously due to that other sponsor that I had to pull out on, things changed a little bit, but hopefully next week will be a video on Time Stranger and some Digivolution weirdness, and then there should also be a custom art this month. Thank you to my sovereigns over on patreon.com/Karn EX, ZDK14, Chaotic Prophet, Lupus Lichlord, and Jeremy Babineau, and everyone else who supports me on Patreon too, plus my amazing YouTube channel members here on YouTube. You guys are phenomenal too. I really do appreciate you, and I'll see you next time when we go digital. Bye bye.